How about that? Welcome back to the Dojo. It's your Grandmaster. Episode 3 of Grandmaster Podcast. Made a little fart noise just to see what you guys would think. Look at this, boys. We're back, boys and girls. Should I scoot over, get to my normal spot? Today's a very special day. You know, I've done a lot, and I'm so fucking excited to be back in the podcast. This is one of the things I look forward to. Every week, I just get excited for it. I'm thinking about what's the next one. And then I panic too, because last minute, I want to shoot these in the morning on Saturdays, which today is Saturday, but it never happens. I end up shooting it at the end of the night on Saturday, and that's okay because it's my dojo, so I can do it whenever I want. But I am very excited to be back again. I've got some fun stuff to talk about because we did a lot this week. We released a music video on Sugar Pine 7. It's called These Drugs. So you guys check it out. Go listen to it and let me know what you think. We also have a thing we're going to do, an advice column type thing. And it's going to be not entirely perfect advice, but it'll be advice for someone who's in the dojo and who's excited to become a black belt. Become a black belt. You know what I mean? A 10th degree. If you're around, this is going to be... If you're around and you're watching this podcast for a long period of time, you'll eventually get there. You'll become a 10th degree black belt. But until then, it's just me, Grandmaster. Because we found out on the last podcast that a Grandmaster is a 10th degree black belt. Anyways, so we released the music video on Sugar Pine 7, These Drugs. We had a ton of fun with that song. Super good. You should go check it out. It's kind of like an indie poppy type song. And I had a ton of fun doing it with Steve. We actually got to the point where we were like, I don't know about this one, man. But then we liked it. All it took was a little gumption. Isn't that a funny word? What does it even mean? Is it like guts or like oomph? Gumption? Who knows, man? But let's see what we got today. You know? Because we got a lot. Yeah, today I started my day by going for a hike with Sammy Jo. She's actually not behind me right now because she's getting ready because we're going to be late for a birthday party, which should have went to the party and filmed this after and would have had stories about it. But next week, you'll hear about stories from that, I imagine. But we went for this hike, and man, let me tell you, this was a real hike this time. In LA, the only fucking hikes people go on are these, like Runyon Canyon, which I'll go and I'll do it and I'll run in and it'll be a great time. Because Grandmaster got to run too. But everyone in fucking LA does these hikes and they look as good as they can. And people just go on hikes to say, I run on the weekend. Yeah, I do hike. I'm a big hiker. I wear my white Yeezys and I do my makeup. I wear my white Yeezys and I go to Runyon Canyon. And they do that laugh. Every time they finish their sentence and they are thinking again. I'm going to start doing that every time I need to think. But it's fucking true, man. Fucking true. And yeah, I'm not really wearing any socks right now. I'm wearing blue fucking sweatpants that are too tight for me, and they're actually Steve's. And they look like I pissed myself because, I forget if it was me or Sammy Jo, but one of us spilt ribs on it. So one of us is in trouble, and it's not going to be me because I didn't do it. But maybe I did. I don't know. But it looks like I pissed myself. Won't be wearing these outside of the house. Anyways, back to the hiking. I have ADD. I mean, I imagine I do. Who knows? Everyone in LA just fucking hikes to say they go on hikes, man. It's a totally different thing. And today, for the first time, somewhere in the Palisades, which is beautiful, we found a real hike that was like completely in the forest, and you had to cross all these fucking rivers and jump on rocks. Like every 10 minutes, there was just a new obstacle course, and you were completely in the bush, and you shouldn't be wearing Yeezys. You shouldn't. And everybody knows it. You shouldn't be wearing Yeezys when you go on hikes, man. It's not a hike. If you can wear Yeezys and go on a hike and come back and your Yeezys aren't destroyed, then you didn't go on a hike. You went to the mall. You went to a park and played in the grass and didn't get grass stains somehow. I can't believe it, man. People put on makeup, put their Yeezys on, and just walk. They go to a hike and they just walk around. They go to Runyon and they walk. It's like a social thing. Maybe that's kind of cool. But here in the dojo, which I don't say too much, by the way, because this is my dojo and everything I say goes. Anything that happens in the dojo is allowed. Okay? Because it's just me. So I make the rules. And if you want to advance your next belt, you obey the rules and you support the rules and you support the dojo and you support Grandmaster. I'm sorry to lash out on you guys like that. I didn't mean to get crazy, but it was a real nice hike today. That's what I'm getting at. It was a real nice hike. So much fun. There was a waterfall at the end. One of those things where the water falls. It was beautiful. You would have loved it. And they actually had a rope climb at the end too, but it made me feel like I was in Canada again. Any hike I've ever been on in Canada, where I live anyways, and in my family's hiking culture. Is that a thing? My family's hiking culture was to really go on hikes. Hikes that aren't even hikes. Just forest walking. Told you about some of them last week. But we went on, my whole life, man, we went on real fucking hikes. My dad was like our tour guide, man. We looked up to him. And now I'm a nature boy too. Always have been. But I live in the city. So it's real nice to get out and go to a real hike in LA. And they exist. That's the best part. Knowing that you don't just have to go to the bullshit ones, which are also fun. I'm just kind of taking the piss out of those hikes, which I would totally go on. But this hike was fucking awesome. It was great. It was a real hike. Got dirty. Wore my Ultra Boosts there. Was just making fun of people wearing Yeezys. But yeah, I actually did. And I have shitty running shoes that I chose not to wear because they weren't comfy. They're not comfy and they smell like shit. Those shoes, man, I can't even describe how fucking vile they smell. And this is something you want to hear about. You eating cereal right now? You feeling like you don't want to eat the rest of your food right now because I'm talking about stinky shoes? Dude? Well, fucking put the ball down. You know? They smell bad. And I wore my Ultra Boost to the hike and it made the hike actually more fun trying to hop across rocks. There's no T at the end of cross, is there? No, there's not. And maybe in the dojo there is, dude. Okay? What else? Yeah. And that's about it with the hikes. You're supposed to be... Dude, if you can go on a hike and look pretty, you're not on a hike. End of story. End of story. That's it. I grew up, dude, going on these... I'm still on about the hikes. Yeah, I know. But you need to be looking ugly when you go on a hike. You shouldn't feel hot. And that's sad. And that's sad. What the fuck else, man? Yeah, came home after the hike. I took a bath. And that's something... Okay. This is something very important that we need to talk about, you and I. And it's nothing to be ashamed about. Now, do I feel ashamed? A little bit. But I'm learning that I love it. And I don't care what anyone thinks about it because it's still my dojo. And this isn't connected. No, you're right. I take baths, man. Now and again. I fucking love taking baths. And I'm not afraid to admit it. Hi? Who's that girl who says, oh, hey? Hi? Hi? She's a YouTuber, right? The sweet sound of me drinking coffee to keep me alive doing this podcast. But I just wanted to say, I wanted to make a spectacle of it. And I will make a spectacle of it. A spectacle. I can pronounce words right. I'm just learning. English is not my native language. I speak French. Just a little bit of it. But I take baths and I speak French. Sometimes I just get in the bath. I'll put the bubbles on. Not even kidding. I'll do this sometimes. Especially after a hike. Okay? But yeah, we're back to the fucking hike. After a hike, there's nothing like jumping in the tub and just soaking. When I met Sammy Joe for the first time, I think I straight up was like, I bathe. I don't know. Maybe I tried to hide it. One or the other. But it came out eventually at one point. And she thought that was awesome. If you find a girl that thinks you bathing is awesome, easily marry her. Marry her instantly. Marry her. Because a lot of guys think it's not a cool guy thing to do, to take baths. And I say nay to you, sir. I say nay. Taking baths is amazing. And in this dojo, it's the only way to become a grandmaster is to bathe. If you're not bathing, you're not a grandmaster. And that's it. And that's how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Did you guys hear about the time that I went to the dentist? Yeah? Well, I recently went. And it fucking sucks, man. And I've been to the dentist so many times. I've always hated the dentist. I always will. The dentist fucking sucks, man. For me anyways. And we have a great dentist. Sammy Joe's family recommended him, or family friends recommended him. He's got great reviews. He is fucking awesome. I love this guy. He's amazing. But he's not so amazing anymore. Something happened. Why do I keep touching that? I don't know, man. It feels good. I keep touching the mic. I went to the dentist to get a filling for a chipped filling that I had gotten when I was a kid because I didn't like brushing my teeth as a kid. Shocker. I'm surprised. You didn't want to brush your teeth as a kid and your parents didn't enforce it? Just one of them? Your mom didn't enforce it? Okay. Anyways, I went to the dentist and everything's normal. I get there 7:30. I try to get it done and then go to work. Be there by 9. Sometimes it's 9:20. And that sucks because I want to be on time. But I wait. I go in. Everyone's super nice. They're always super nice. I see the actual dentist there. He's super nice. I'm sitting in the chair and waiting. I'm waiting. The woman there, the assistant, is she an assistant? I don't know what the proper term for. So many people get offended, man. If you say a waiter to a woman who waits tables, not all of them, obviously, but I forget where I heard this. Someone got mad that, it was on a stand-up set. Somebody's stand-up set. A woman got mad because she was like, it's something else. It's server. That's what it was. Yeah. I think it's a popular bit too. It was very funny. But anyways, whoever she was, whatever her role was, talking about shoes. She noticed the Ultra Boosts on my feet. And she was like, oh, I have the other popular shoe, but yours are comfier. Thanks. I know. I bought them. The people at the store gave me very good advice. Very tremendous advice. Anyways, so everything's fine. Doc comes in, puts a little stuff on, because they normally put a little bit of the goop on to numb it up a little bit, right? But this time he puts it on, and once again, normally they wait like 5-10 minutes, but to my benefit, at least I thought, they just kind of like put it on. 3 seconds later, he goes to give me the needle. And I was like, oh, hey, maybe I can handle it this time, because I was trying to get to work faster. And they were super nice about it. Like they totally got that, which is amazing. But the bad thing was, I fucking hurt more. He puts the needle in, whatever. Needle's fine, trying to get it done. I'm feeling real numb after like 5 minutes of waiting after the needle, which at least he waited. Face was numb, tongue was numb. Anyways, he goes and he starts drilling, and the most pain I've ever fucking felt in my mouth in my entire life. And this has happened once before, which like scarred me as a kid. I don't know how this happens, but some people are like this, man. Some people, it just doesn't work on certain areas. But I felt so much pain. The drill was in my mouth and it hit a nerve and my head like shot back and I felt like him rattle around and it fucking sucked, man. It was so painful and I was like rattling afterwards, and you know what? I wanted to cry. I'm not going to be ashamed about it because extraordinarily painful. Absolutely tremendous. Tremendously painful. He didn't even numb me. He didn't numb me properly at all. He just stuck it right in and started drilling. I know it's too deep. It's too deep of an impression, but that's what happened, and it sucked. It was so fucking painful, and then I was shaking and sweating the whole time, and I hadn't even had coffee yet because it was the morning and going to the dentist, so you don't do that. Oh, man, but I was scarred by that. Once again, brought up from childhood scardom, and it's America, man. They're supposed to have their shit under control. You know? It's making me cry just thinking about it. Control yourself. Come on, Grandmaster. Grandmasters don't cry in the dojo. Anyways, that's what happened, and it was fucking brutal, but they were super nice about it. His response, though, was questionable for me, because he was like when I flung back, and it was like kind of intense. It was an intense moment of feeling an extraordinary amount of pain. I said to him, I was like, why did I was being really nice. I knew that it was not frozen enough. Clearly, the nerves were exposed or whatever. And I was like, why do you think that's happening? It did not numb all the nerves? And he goes, well, I don't know. You show all the signs of being numb. Your tongue's numb, right? Your face is numb, right? Uh-huh. Well, don't know. Thanks, doc. Fucking stick it back in my mouth. Let's keep going. I must be crazy. But he numbed me up a bunch. And then I was numb for twice as long. I was numb all day, and I had to film the variety show, which is a show I produce on Sugar Pine 7. Trying to make that work. It's very fun. Thought we should do a YouTube type show on there. We're enjoying it though. Trying to figure out how to do YouTube type stuff, but in our lane. Our Sugar Pine lane. That kind of sounds like a good lane. I want to live on Sugar Pine Lane. But hated that. Dentist didn't numb me enough. Hated that. Hit my nerve. Hated that. I want to quickly shout out to the billions of people that watch. Smosh joined Mythical Entertainment, dude. That's amazing. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy. What an amazing home for you guys. I'm really happy that you guys are there. That's amazing. With what happened with Defy, fuck them. Pasta vajul. Pasta fucking vajul. Now, I think it's time for something I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, because we're almost hitting that halfway mark, baby. And once again, I think I've spoken too fast. Went through a lot of what I wanted to say within the first 20 minutes. I know. I'm going to improve the amount of things we have to talk about for sure. But we have a fun little segment I want to do. Don't know what to call it yet. But a bunch of you guys sent me some emails asking for advice on certain things. So I will keep your names out of it, but I will read them right now and give you advice on the dojo. Grandmaster has your back. That's the thing. In the dojo, man, Grandmaster has your back. So if you have any issues with anything, if it's a relationship problem with your girl, your boy, your friend, mom and dad, aunts and uncle, work questions, man, school questions. Imagine a lot of you go to school and stay in school. I hated school though. Gotta be honest. No, I didn't. I hated classes, certain classes, the ones that made you think. And then I really liked guitar, music, woodshop, computer classes. There were certain classes that were valuable in the everyday life that I liked, but didn't like math, didn't really like science. Science was interesting, but I didn't. Who gives a shit? Didn't give a shit about it then, don't give a shit about it now. Liked environment and resource management, as I'm trying to pull up my email. Cool, it's already up. You ready? Let's start from the top. I'm going to say a different name. Monty Python. Do you have any advice as to how to have confidence or fake it? I work retail and have gone from seasonal sales associate to sales lead, which is a management position, but I still sometimes am quite nervous and anxious when working with customers, and wanted to know if you have any advice to be a little more confident. I sell jewelry, not Julie. That would make you a human trafficker. Hopefully you're not. I sell jewelry from Pandora, if you have heard of them. I have heard of Pandora, and P.S. Keep up the good work. I'm loving this podcast. Fuck yeah, dude. Me too. That just brightened the day. And it's nighttime. Any ways to fake confidence or have actual confidence? I struggled with that a lot too, believe it or not. Grandmaster, before he was a Grandmaster, was a white belt just like you. And now Grandmaster is a Grandmaster. I actually started being aware of confidence when I was in high school, but by grade 12 was when I started finding myself a bit. But it sounds like you're obviously rock and rolling in the real world. But for me, it started with literally faking it a bit. like making it appear as though you have everything, you're calm, cool, collected, and you're not worrying about things, even though in your mind you're freaking the fuck out because you're just a white belt. Obviously, you get into the ring, you get your ass beat by anyone who's above you, you know, which it seems like everyone has a higher belt than you, but they don't. They might all be on the same level or under, you know? But it starts with that. For me, it started with just faking it. And then eventually, after doing that for a long enough time, it starts to become real. And obviously don't be a douche, but is that an offensive word these days? I truly don't know. It can't be, right? It's a tool to scrub betwixt the... Anyway, it starts with that. It starts with faking confidence for me. And eventually you just naturally become a little more confident. And as you, for me anyways, as I kind of found who I really was and liked who I was, like with the music and stuff like that, in like grade 11 and 12, I started to like that. I liked music and I liked that I did music because I thought doing music was cool, but I genuinely fucking loved it. Like it's part of my life, you know? So doing the things that you want to do, you end up liking this like image of yourself as well. But obviously try to keep yourself true to yourself and what you want to do. But it starts with that, man. It starts with, I think, liking yourself. And then if you do, then you don't care as much about what other people think. And then you can just, I like myself. Walk it like a tuck it. Walk it like a tuck it. Just demonetize the video for that. For you, you know? And with true confidence comes from within. Man, yeah, I think it's just the same thing. Eventually you'll have it. If you're working on yourself and you work on truly liking yourself and loving yourself, then you'll eventually have confidence. But nobody has it all figured out. Everybody says they have it figured out. I'm telling you I have it figured out. I don't even have it figured out, man. I'm like around a lot of people, very little confidence. It goes down a lot. It really depends on the circumstance and who you're around. You know, if it's like a creator event or like a YouTube event or something like that where there's a lot of really amazing people, my confidence is much lower because you always look at people like better than you in certain ways, right? Or you assume that they look down on you when you have no idea how they actually look at you. Sometimes they don't even think fucking twice. Because when I meet someone who, especially if I don't know them, I don't give a fuck. I don't think about if they're cool or if they're not. I'm just talking to a person, you know what I mean? Having that interaction, and then I never think about them again. So I don't know if that helps you in your field because likely they're not judging you whatsoever. You know, I mean, imagine you get the odd fucking dillweed. And yeah, dillweed's a word in the dojo. It's an obvious word. Dillweed. You know? So I hope any of that was helpful. Let's open up another. I want to try to get through a couple of them. Cool. This one's from Adam Mama. I am 16, almost 17 in high school, and I don't have a girlfriend and have not had any sexual activity with a girl. I have had girlfriends before, but never did anything sexual with them. I have some girls who like me, but I don't know if I like them. I think I'm scared / have anxiety about being with a girl and doing anything sexual with them. I want sex and sexual activity, but my anxiety keeps me away from the girls. I don't know what to do. Thank you. All right, Adam, poo-poo. Fake names, obviously. I don't want to blast anybody. But, dude, so normal. You're 16, so normal. Hey, Adam, mama, pee-pee, poo-poo, so normal. Don't even worry about it. You know, it is what it is, man. Like, I think my first time having sex, it was, I was terrified. So terrified. Wanted to, obviously, when you're young, you want to. And I mean, you always want to, right? But I mean, it's so normal, dude. It's just going to happen eventually. You're just going to be like, is it? I'm going to fucking do it. I'm just going to go there. I'm going to fake that confidence, the anxiety. I'm going to pretend it's not there. It's going to be there. I'm going to have sex with this girl. It's going to be 10 seconds. I might not even get it in before everything happens, but it's going to happen. And then it could be awesome. It could be not so awesome, but once it happens, man, that's the hardest part is it first happening. And then you're like, I have it now. I have achieved greatness and my sexual energy and my sexual life, it's going to flourish. My sexual career, it's going to flourish. You just got to do it, man. I mean, not force yourself to do it. Obviously, like when it happens, it'll happen, but and also don't force yourself if you're not ready to. That's the other thing. It sounds like if you have that much anxiety about it, it sounds like you're not really ready to yet. Because I also, when it happened with me, I was with one of my like first real girlfriends. So like you develop feelings for someone too, and then you're more comfortable with them. So just having girls that like you and you're not comfortable with them enough for your anxiety levels to go down might not be enough, man. You might be someone who just needs a little more connection with somebody. And that is honestly more respectable. But it's also not respectable just to fuck people too, because that's just life. But for your first time, get to know somebody to the point where your anxiety's low, you're comfortable with them, they're comfortable with you, and it'll be a totally different story. Then something will happen, you'll do your thing, and it'll be easy. Boom, done in 3 seconds. I hope that was helpful, man. Let's see what else we got. Cool, here's one. Wow, very long. We'll be reading it very fast. This one's by Epilepsy Mama Monty Python. I'm in high school and I'm struggling with moving on from a girl that I've liked for 3 years. I'm currently a junior in sophomore year though. She got with a guy which devastated me. I never really thought I had a chance, but I had also never tried to tell her how I felt either. Anyways, this year, even though she still has a boyfriend, I found out from her that back before she had a boyfriend, she actually liked me a lot. So now things are conflicting. I still immensely enjoy our friendship. However, it also hurts to know I had a chance. I've tried to hold on to hope that one day she might break up with her boyfriend and that one day I'll have my chance. However, I know that may not be the healthiest decision for myself. So I guess now it's best to move on and maybe consider trying in the future if that opportunity opens up. I'm aware that high school is only the beginning of relationships. However, at least for me, I've held a lot of feelings for this girl. So my question is, how can I move on and lose my feelings for her when in the back of my mind, I'm still hoping that one day I'll get that chance? Also, how can I do so while still maintaining a strong friendship with her? That's a tough one, man. Very complicated. But you stepped into the right fucking dojo, man. All right, man. So that's a real tough one because you're in high school. So like most relationships in high school are never ones that last and you never get married to them. I mean, it happens, but it likely isn't the person for you because you don't know what you want yet. You know what I mean? You think you know, but you're not even fully grown up. So there's a lot that goes into it. But my simple advice, man, is just to, honestly, I don't know if maintaining a strong friendship with someone that you have feelings for that is in a relationship is good at all. You kind of have to the harsh truth, man, is you have to just completely not really be friends with her. And if she talks to you, cool, you can talk back, but that's still going to suck and you probably shouldn't. But if you can't control yourself and because you like her and you want to talk to her, you're not going to talk to her. But if you have that self-control, Grandmaster thinks you should completely not talk to her. Just not try to have a relationship with her anyways. You don't have to be a dick, but just don't have a relationship with her. Try to just stay away from her so that she's not on your mind. You're not waiting for her to fucking text you, and try to hang out with other girls too, if that's what you want to do or whatever. But you got to just be you. You got to be you. You got to try to be happy with hanging out with your friends, seeing other people, and literally not having to have this person on your mind because you're not going to get over them, right? Even when you're young and it's shitty to put down the idea that, oh, you're young, you don't even know what love is. You don't even know what love is. But it feels like you do. So that's the thing. You just got to you got to separate yourself. That's it. That's the best advice I can give you. And I know it's the toughest because it's the hardest thing to do because you don't want to lose that person. But, if it's meant to be, it'll be. If it was meant to be, it'll be. Let's do the next one. We might fucking rail through all of these. There's a couple more. Oh, we're great. Let's absolutely rail through these. And let me know if you guys like this portion of the podcast. I can also not do it as much. I can do 2 or 3. But if you like it, then cool. Grandmaster likes doing it. Relationship advice. All right, this guy's name is Byron Kukaluku. Hi, kid. My name's Kukaluku. I'm 19. I go to the University of Vancouver Island. I've been to all the provinces in the last year. Knowing you're from Ontario, I got to say, it's a pretty solid one. You said to email you about relationship advice, so here it goes, Grandmaster. Please help. Here it goes, man. Let's jump right into it. I matched with a really beautiful girl on Tinder while I was at home at New Year's in Alberta. We've been FaceTiming and texting a lot, and we both like each other lots. After talking for a few weeks, she decided spontaneously to fly here to see me for a weekend. A month later, a day before she was flying out here, her parents found out that she was coming here to see me and forbid her from coming. She wants to keep talking and pretty much do long distance, but lives 14 hours away, and we can't see each other for 4 months now. We don't live in the same province, and neither of us plan on moving either. She'd had a rough last year, and I don't want to hurt her by ending things, but at the same time, this doesn't seem practical, especially for a couple of good-looking uni kids. How do I play this out, Mr. Grandmaster? Love you, Kib. Respect you, and the way you treat Sammy Joe so well. Big fan of B-Rice. Oh, from B-Rice. Got you. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, that's also a tough one. I'm just going to hold my phone. I was going to put it down, but I'm just going to hold it. That's a tough one too, because a relatable experience for me. I've done long distance, and it sucks. I don't recommend it at all, to be honest, man. It's a tough one. I know you don't want to hurt her, but it sounds like the way you were saying, like, how do I do this? I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to mark her. It sounds like you need to do what you already know you kind of got to do, which is. It seems like, did you say your age? Let me check really quick. How old are you again? Gotcha. Age 19. Yeah, honestly, I don't want to just be the one to give like the bullshit. I mean, it's not the bullshit. This is like the truth stuff, that the truth syrup, baby. Truth juice is you kind of got to just end it. It sucks to hear, but I feel like you know that too. I don't want to be the asshole, where you're like, I'm going to ask for advice, but he's just going to tell me to do the thing I don't want to do. But that's kind of the healthiest choice. The thing that will prevent you from hurting yourself the most is usually my advice. Because it's the dojo. And I might not be right all the time, but that's just my advice. And I'm allowed to have advice. I'm allowed to have what I think go to someone who asks for me for advice. Just for those of you going, so wrong. Just do the long distance, man. She could be the one for you. You don't know either, man. And she could be the one for you, but that's going back on what I say. But honestly, 19, 14 hours away, the parents forbidding it. It sounds like too much to get into at your age right now, which doesn't mean you're like a young kid who doesn't know anything. I just mean like, truly, you need to just fucking be living your life right now. You don't need to be worrying about a forbidden relationship that you can't see someone for 4 months and they live 14 hours away and nobody's planning on moving. So it's, to me, the obvious answer is like, kind of explain it to her the same way I'm explaining it to you in a nicer way. Hopefully I'm not nice about this. Just trying to help you. Just trying to help you. Just trying to catch a sip. But, it is what it is. Let's do one more. Hopefully it's fucking shorter. But understand, sometimes you got to get it out. This might be, it's the second last one. Maybe I'll do them. Okay, this one's quicker, so maybe we can bust through both of these. No subject. From Toledo, Muckapulli. I want to be a nurse. Anesthetic. Basically someone who puts people to sleep before an operation because I love healthcare, but fuck, dude. Some people are just the kind of people you wish you could put to sleep. In my case, I'll be putting them to sleep. Love the podcast, Gibbathy. Keep doing the best James. Keep being the best James around. Don't tell the other James I said that, by the way. I'll be telling him. Because it's kind of a nice compliment. Clayton James, Kib. So, was there advice needed here? Blah, 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 blah. I think this was just like a joke. Or maybe you do. Don't know how to feel about that, but let's move on to the next one. The last one, here we go. From Thomas Mimi Peepee. Hey, Kib. In your last podcast, you mentioned the possibility of doing a advice column. So here it goes. An advice column. I'm speaking too fast. I moved to a city 2 years ago for college, but I have a hard time making friends. 2 of my friends who live here transferred schools last year, and since then, it's been pretty rough on my mental health. However, those friends now want me to transfer to their school for the next semester. I'm struggling to choose if I'd like to or not. It would be great to live around good friends again, but their school is in a much smaller city, and I really love the one I'm in now. Additionally, I feel like if I moved, I might be running away from the problem, and running away from my problem, not being able to make new friends. What do you think? Thomas. P.S. I'm glad you decided to start this podcast. I love TFATK. Congratulations on this podcast. And luckily, now I can add yours into the weekly rotation. Keep up the good work. Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks, man. Dirty feet. They're not dirty. I bathed. I told you I bathed. Grandmaster took a bubble bath. Just a little bubble bath. So, this is a tough one. How old did you say you were again? Did you say, so you're in for college? So you're in college and you're not able to make friends and your friends moved away and they want you to move to your college. That's a tough one, man. I think that like it's hard to make friends no matter who you are. So you're not like experiencing the most unique issue, especially if all my friends moved away, every last one of them, you know what I mean? Or most of them that I like hang out with from, it would suck. Yeah. It would be very difficult to make friends. I'd just be like a loner, I think, for sure. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a problem that it's difficult to meet friends because you just have to like push through it if you really want to meet them, meet people and figure out where to go. Community events. But honestly, like it depends what you want to do because if you love your city and you're at a school that you like too, especially for whatever it is you want to do in life, and that's the school that you should be at, maybe do that. But if I'm thinking like long term too. If the school where your friends are at is also in line with what you want to do and it's a good school, and then you'd have a better time because your friends are there too, and it's also a good school for what you want to do, like I would do that. Why not? Because then you'd have a better time. But you could also fight the beast, be in the city that you like, and try to meet new people, go out to events and stuff, like see what's going on. Go to like a dog, where the dogs all just gather at the beach. We went to one of those, not to meet friends, just to see dogs. Because you guys know we're doggy diddlers. In the dojo, doggy diddlers. It's a doggy diddler dojo. Kind of mad that I said that, but also that's what it is. So that's my advice, man. It's kind of up to you. You know, like there's no right answer here. If you fight through it, make new friends and be in the city that you love. But if the school you're going to is dope too, and your friends are going to be there, then you're not really hurting yourself doing either, other than, you know, the friends thing, especially if the friends is affecting your mental health. But God damn it, we've made it to almost the 40-minute mark. This is the part of the podcast where it's the early stages. Okay? It's the early stages of the podcast where maybe I talk too fast. You know, maybe, but Grandmaster doesn't talk too fast because in the dojo, this is where we're allowed to talk fast. I could slow it down. I need to have more things prepared. I actually forgot this fucking mic, man, at the office. And we have to be somewhere in 30 minutes. Gonna be late. Obviously, I'm late to everything, man. And I never mean to be. It doesn't mean I don't care. We call it the Brisson curse, or on Brisson time. Brisson. Mispronounced my own last name incorrectly. So that's awesome. I should know it. It's my name. It's my last name. But my whole life, man, the Brissons, which is like my dad's side of the family, have two last names. But the Brissons have always been like a late people. We've always been a late people. Not even to be fashionably late, but because putting things off to last minute, something always happens, which is like, oh, that's an excuse. But hey, man, something fucking happens. Burping, yeah. Something always happens, or I'm like, oh, shit, I gotta do my hair. Oh, fuck, forgot to brush my teeth when we're in the car, and then I have to go back inside to brush my teeth. Or my dad, gotta clip my fingernails. And my mom hates that. Very funny. Sad for her because she hates the sound of fingernail clippings. So my dad will like close the bathroom door, but she can still hear it because the bathroom door's just so thin. But dude, yeah, we're always late and we're going to be late tonight. And I had to go get this mic. This is why we're going to be late tonight, likely, because this microphone, which is the one I bought for this podcast, was at the office. And right before I was going to film, and I got all prepared, and I bought a coffee, and I put it in the fridge because I needed to bathe before. So I actually bought this before I had a bath. So that's kind of like bringing the bath to the party. People should do that. bring a bath to a party. Some guy thinks that's really fun to do. Hey, you guys, if we can't bring the party to the bath, let's bring the bath to the party. You know what I'm saying? Better. Pretty good, right? It could be better. But I don't need to prove anything to you because I'm the goddamn grandmaster and you respect it. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the podcast. This is episode 3. You already know it. But I'm just really excited about it. It's something that is always on my mind. And you know what I think is cool about having a podcast? For me anyways, it's helping me. Oh, just leaning back against the wall. It's helping me experience life in a way where I take it in more so that I remember more shit. Because I have a terrible memory. Not only do the Brissons have Brisson time, which is just late all the time. Innocent lateness. I hope I'm not fucking up the audio by touching that. Innocent lateness for the most part. But there's Brisson time, and then there's also, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh no. What was I talking about? What? Memory. Holy shit, dude. That was not on purpose. Wow. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Sammy Joe heard me in the other room and we said, memory. I need to just take that in for a sec. I know. I know the amount of you guys that right now just went, oh my fucking God, he's got a serious problem. I know. I don't know what it is. It's a short-term memory thing. Now, I'm not fucking 1 second Tom or 10-second Tom from 50 First Dates. Hey, I'm Tom. Oh, nice to meet you, Tom. Where do you live? Hey, I'm Tom. Oh, yeah, no, nice to meet you, Tom. Where, like, are you, hey, I'm Tom. Tom? Yeah, that's the name. That's a great bit. Hey, I'm Tom. I wonder if any other shows used like a memory bit. They're all copying 50 First Dates. But yeah, bad memory, man. Terrible memory. It's a fucking curse, you know? Brisson time. And the sad thing is, I've forgotten why I brought up memory. It's a short-term memory thing. I lose things. I leave things places. Fuck, man. I really wish what I was going to talk. I think also talking about the podcast. Oh, I remember now. Sorry. Let's go fucking take a step back. I know, guys. I fucking know, okay? Just support Grandmaster. We don't criticize in this dojo. Because you know what happens? We take your fucking belt away, man. We take your fucking belt away. You had a wipeout when you entered the dojo to watch the podcast and be here. You start criticizing in a negative way that has no productive, constructive or productive outcome. You get stripped. And then you leave. And you're not invited back. Ding, ding. Class is in session. You're not invited. Anyways, I've got it together now. Okay, I'm having a mental breakdown. Yeah, I'm freaking out. No, I'm fine. But this podcast has helped me experience the world in a way that I remember moments more, or things that I thought were funny or interesting or worth, in my mind, talking about on the podcast or just in general, because now I'm going to remember things even more. You know, with someone with bad memory, like the more something's ingrained, the more likely it's to stick. But it's been awesome, man. Because like now when I go on a hike, I don't like try to make moments happen or anything. I just, after the hike or before the podcast, I go back and I start thinking about like, well, what happened on the hike? And we talk about it. You know, it's very fun. It's a cool way to experience life for me. It's something I really appreciate about having this podcast. Is now remember things better. I'll remember stories. I'll remember the things I've done better. Still won't be able to remember to find my fucking phone when I put it down. I have the worst fucking short-term memory, and I don't know why. I think it's Brisson memory. I think it's passed down from the Brisson fam jam, but I can't be sure. I can't remember. What was I talking about? Just kidding. But that moment, dude, holy fuck, that moment was almost as bad as 10-second Tom. I can't believe it. It's playing in my head over and over again, hearing Sammy Joe go, memory. She's in there laughing. memory for 500. What was the question? Holy fuck. He doesn't get it. Man, but oh well. That's something I really cherish about this podcast. And I'm learning more and more about myself every podcast. And I'm learning how to do it. Grandmaster may be a 10th degree black belt, but he's not Jesus. Jesus is Jesus. You guys drink coffee? I've been experimenting with what I like with coffee. And yeah, we're going to talk about coffee because coffee's fucking awesome. I've been drinking coffee since I was like, I don't know, 16, 15. Forced myself to because when I was doing YouTube, I needed more energy. Terrible thing to rely on as a young boy, but I loved it. I hated it, actually. And then I made myself like it. But I've been experimenting because I actually recently have gone to, not recently, the past like 2 years, I've been drinking like cold brew. I used to be an only hot coffee boy. Every single morning, I would wake up, make a hot cup of coffee. I would put my creamer in it, and I would put sugar in it, or just the creamer with the sugar, and it would be great. But I'm turning a new leaf because as I'm getting older, my metabolism isn't great anymore. I'm still skinny. Grandmaster is still killing it. But I can gain a little bit of weight on my... I'm still very fortunate. It's annoying that I'm talking about the fact that I gain weight because I know that I'm still skinny. But hey, from my perspective, I have this little thing here that I didn't have a couple years ago, and I just like noticed it. So that's why I started working out and cut fucking juice out of my life, and I've now been drinking like black cold coffee. The cold is just easier too, because a hot cup of coffee is just like annoying to drink. You can just like slug down that, and also it's delicious. I go to this place near us. We go there every weekend, and it's just the best. It's just the best kind of breakfast place. You know that breakfast place that you've gone to 1,000 times, or you've gone a couple times. Yeah, you probably have only gone a couple times, but having your spot is the best. And ours is walking distance, so we can go for a beautiful walk right down the street, go to our amazing place, get coffee, avocado toast, super LA thing, by the way. I didn't even know that it was an LA thing. I thought it was just an America thing because I've never heard of avocado toast. I think my mom made it when I was very young, but at that time it was a mom thing. It was just something my mom did. She would like scrape up an avocado, throw it on a piece of bread, some little garlic or something. I don't know what she did. Hey man, chill. I don't know what she did. But yeah, dude, it's almost a meme, isn't it? The avocado toast thing. I feel like I've seen it on Twitter and everywhere, just people in LA eating avocado toast. But if you ever had good avocado toast, tell me it's not amazing then. Don't have it then. I'm not going to have it. So we go get avocado toast. I get my cold brew. Nothing better than a cold brew because it has more caffeine. Obviously, I don't need it, but it has more caffeine. It's got like a nicer taste. It's not as sharp. It's just so good. And we get it at our spot, you know. I like comparing too. I like comparing my coffee. I like to compare Starbucks, Coffee Bean right across the street from each other. So great. The fucking Starbucks over here, man, sucks ass. I think I will never go to it again. Now that I've compared, I think I will never go to that Starbucks again. And I may never go to another one ever again as well. And I will talk like this. I will talk so goddamn fast because I'm upset about it. The Starbucks over here had the gumption to keep me wait. Did they know who I am? I have a podcast that 4,000 to 10,000 people listen to. I think Trump is one of those viewers. Yeah, I think so. But man, I don't know if it was just a busy day, and I hate blaming it, but there comes a time when you're waiting in line where I'm generally very nice. I'll wait. I won't say a thing. I'll be very friendly. I go in, make my transaction, wait for my coffee, sit down, scroll on my phone. I'll just scroll and I'll scroll and I'll scroll. And then when the coffee's ready, great. But this was too long. This was like 25 minutes. And some of you are going to say that's not that long. And you guys lost your white belt. That's it. Ding, class has started. Ding, class has started and you don't have your white belt. I don't know if we're going to be able to have you guys in here. Going to have to earn your white belt back. That's it. I want to have something, a way to like give you guys your belts. Maybe not physically, but a way to shout somebody out and tell them their belts. But anyways, I waited 25 minutes at the Starbucks, at least. And I was hangry. I got to the point where I was already hangry, but I was still willing to put up with a long wait-ish. Like 10 minutes is a long wait for me. Okay? At a Starbucks. And it's not that the line was that long, because two people in front of me. Only like two people in front of me. And then I ordered, but for some reason I was like, how fucking long does it take to make a coffee? Not for some reason. The reason that was for me was the 25-minute wait. And it was like a coffee and a sandwich. Like the ones they grab and they just fucking throw into the microwave. And I'm not trying to say that people that do that it's easy for them or whatever, but hey, dude, make my sandwich and make me a coffee faster than 25 minutes. I don't know if they just had a lot of orders, but I'm upset about it because I had to wait a ridiculous amount of time. You know? I don't ever want to have to wait that long again for anything. Anything. You know? If any traffic's that long, if it's 25 minutes in traffic, I won't be there. I'm not going to do anything that takes more than 25 minutes anymore. Work, I'm going to go for 25 minutes and then I'm going to leave. 24 minutes and then I'm going to leave. Nothing. I'm not going to sleep for more than that. I wonder if you would die if you just slept for like 24 minutes a night. You would, right? You start to hallucinate after a certain amount of time. Oh my God, dude. Fuck. I only have a little bit of time, but there's still topics I just forgot about. I knew I didn't run through them all. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Oh, okay. I mean, I imagine by the end of a podcast, dude, there's a lot less people. I'm going to put my phone down. But I have two things, actually. Fuck, man. I should have had these ready before I started spouting bullshit. But that's okay, because that's what the dojo's for. The dojo's for me to spout bullshit. It's like getting your spilkies out. But I do it on camera in the dojo for you guys to give out belts eventually. Okay. Tell me if any of you guys, anyone, please, I hope someone if any of you get this or watch this as well, you will be very, very grateful that I brought this up on the podcast. So Sammy Joe and I were chilling on the couch bed over here. We have a couch bed and we're just waiting to get rid of it. But we're probably never going to get rid of it because we lay on our bed and we watch The Bachelor sometimes. But we're laying there and then Sammy Joe's on her phone and Cardi B going live popped up on her phone and she watched it because Cardi B's really cool. We like Cardi B. She's very fun and she's just undeniably her and unapologetically her, which is wonderful to an extent. So this was the most amazing thing because I can't believe I'm not even judging it. I mean, I'm allowed to judge it. I thought it was fucking gross, man. Cardi B was eating lobster, like lobster something, like in the most disgusting way. And she's just fucking smacking and eating lobster and farting into her phone. She was live streaming off her phone and farting into her phone. She was like, that's good. Oh, that's real good. That's good. I'm not even kidding. She probably said it 10 times in a row. And even the comment section, it was so funny to see the comment section because people were like, is it good? Every 5 seconds. That's good. But that's all she was doing. She didn't really have much to say. Like now and again, she would think of something to say. I mean, I have nothing to say, so I'm not judging that. But you know, the combination of her of having nothing to say and also just eating crab or lobster or whatever the fuck it was in such a disgusting way was very entertaining. And farting into the mic. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna get my phone. So this is her. That is good. That's so good. Got a fart. I'm just as taken back as you are. Got a fart multiple times. I think 2 to 3 times during her 30 minutes she was live. And she ate. There's nothing wrong with eating a lot of something, but I don't eat seafood a lot because I'm pretty sure I have a shellfish allergy. But the amount of lobster that she ate seemed like many, many lobsters, which is okay. I eat so much fucking food. I'm a feeder. You guys know what feeders are? Where like a person will feed someone until they're large because that's what they like. So I'm a feeder, and that's okay. And it's okay that she ate that much. Am I making sure no one's offended? Yeah. That is exactly what I'm doing. It really makes me mad when people get offended. But I've also learned recently, drop my phone. I've also, not learned recently, but I also know that like, depends on what somebody's been through. So you can't really get mad at people getting offended. But in this context, I don't want people to be here if they're going to be offended. You should be listening to this podcast. You shouldn't be. But if you're watching this podcast and you watch it, like you're going to be watching this podcast, man, please just be ready to not get offended by things. I'm still going to try to not cross lines because I don't want to be that person, but I'm just trying to entertain and embellish the things that I find entertaining. And on that note, cool, we still have some time. But anyways, the Cardi B thing was really funny. And it was just mind-blowing that like, she's so famous. It's not just that, oh my God, disgusting. This girl's disgusting. She's eating fucking crap and farting in her. I mean, it kind of is disgusting. Who wouldn't say that's disgusting? But it was endearing and very entertaining. And I love that she's just being her, but it was disgusting. And that's okay too. I'm allowed to think it's disgusting. But, fuck, the memory. Brisson memory hitting me. Delete. That's what just happened to all my thoughts. My brain. Delete. What was I going to say? Holy shit, dude. This can't happen. I need to take omega-3s or something. I forgot. Oh, well, man. Oh, come on. Please. I'm trying to pull it out of my brain right now. No, it wasn't Jersey Shore, but that's fun. Let's talk about that for the last little bit. We've been watching Jersey Shore now. It's so funny, the shows that we watch, because some of it's not ironic. Has this been blocking most of my face most of the time? Cool. Some of what's inside us while we watch these shows and the wants and needs that we have is not ironic, and we're watching it because, oh, that'll be awesome. But we're watching like The Bachelor, Temptation Island, Jersey Shore, and they're so entertaining, man. I didn't realize how entertaining Jersey Shore was. I thought the idea of it was so dumb when I was younger, and I think I probably saw a couple episodes. I watched it for a little bit because like the drama was entertaining, but then immediately dropped off, and I was like, oh, I never want to watch that again. But especially now, for some reason now, I like it. I think it's funny, man. It's very funny because these people are crazy in the best way and the worst way. They're all like, I mean, Italian, right? They're all fucking Italian, which is really cool. I always wanted to be Italian when I was younger, but they're all freaks in the best way. Super fucking entertaining. They just go out and club. It's kind of sad that they live to club though, but obviously it's for the show. But then some of me wonders, is that what they want to do all the time too, is like work and party, which like, I guess if that's what makes you happy, more power to you. But I just see so much more world to have for you. But who the fuck am I? Doesn't matter. I guess, you know what's interesting is judging someone like that, going like, that's sad. You work and then you just go party and that's it forever. But that's just not what I want to do. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because that's what they want to do. So what if they look at me and they go, you make videos and work for a company to make like comedy content and music, and you don't go out all the time? That's sad. That could be what they say. I don't know, but that's all I got. Let's leave it at that. I wish I didn't forget the last thing I forgot, but if you guys are still watching, I appreciate you. Grandmaster had a great time today. I was pretty hyper. Maybe one day I'll just be so sad. Maybe I'll be so sad one time. And then I'll be like, can you guys say some nice things about me in the comments? But you know what, guys? This podcast is on Spotify. This podcast is on iTunes. If you have any respect for the dojo whatsoever, and there's lots of you that watch, if all of you watching, even right now, probably a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand by now, who knows? If all of you go rate this thing on iTunes, that will, I think, help the podcast's popularity grow. So you can truly help Grandmaster by going to do that. And I'm not even trying to suck your dick. I mean, like, this is like an advancement for your belt, man. And if you go on that thing and you leave it, you write a review, you give it a 5-star, you write it a review, and then you say that it was you that wrote a review. Oh, that's going to be terrible because everyone's going to claim them. But you fucking level up. You get another belt. You become yellow. I think it's yellow, white to yellow, maybe even higher. I guess you'll have to find out based on how many of you do it. But please go rate the thing on iTunes. And you can also watch this podcast on Spotify and possibly the Google podcast thing. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you. You may now exit the dojo. Grandmaster is out.